Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Career Growth Evening Talk. Thank you for joining. All right. Let's wait for a short while. Let others to join in as well. This is using a StreamYard platform, access where the Facebook or this is YouTube. All right. Let's wait for the rest to join in. Thank you for joining. Good evening to all. All of you have taken your dinner. Gok Leong, can you hear me, Gok Leong?
Hi, yes, I can.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
You can, thank you. But the voice is breaking up. Okay. People start meeting already, coming in already, right? I can't see the number of people. Okay. So how many people already in?
We have 35 people coming in.
Okay. Coming in already, Okay, good. Whereas earlier there's one feedback that they cannot go in. I think maybe the time we are not ready,
Yeah. We now go live on both Facebook and YouTube already.
YouTube. All right, good. So they can all of them can hear me speaking,
Yes.
but I can't see them. All right, yeah. I only see my PowerPoint full screen. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Career Growth Evening Talk. Hope all of you have taken your dinner. We're going to start in a short while. Okay, I think the more and more people joining already, right? Gok Leong? Good.
Yes. Somehow there are more people in YouTube than Facebook.
Okay, that's good. I think 1 more minute we will start lah.
Sure.
Yeah, 1 more minute. All right. We get started now, Gok Leong. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. A very good evening to all of you. Once again, welcome to the evening talk organized by Career Growth together with our partners, Gok Leong, who are giving the talk tonight. Now, let me give a short introduction. Today's talk is about how Google tools can increase your productivity and team collaboration. Tonight, we are very lucky to invite a very seasoned and very expert on this IT subject matter expert and a specialist on IT, Mr. Ong Gok Leong. He come with him more than 20 over years of experience in different application of IT. I will introduce him a bit more detail in a short while. Now, you are now on the live kind of a StreamYard talk now. I will give a very short introduction and then we'll move on now. We have Career Growth running a lot of events recently. This is a fourth evening talk, right? And I think if some of you have joined our earlier evening talk, at the beginning of this month, we have one evening talk on the Lean Six Sigma. All right. So, and last week we have another talk on the applying the positive leadership remotely. And tonight we have this how Google tools can increase your productivity talk. Now, next month we also have another talk, right? So we'll keep you informed in our upcoming events. These are some of the live online that we have done in the month of June, right? So we do have a lot of like free revision for PMP sessions, and then we have a free talk on the preview on the PMP session as well. And then we have also other live training going on. So yesterday and today we had the Project Management Foundation and Practice live training, right? So the upcoming week can be more. Now, on the 3rd and 4th of July, we have this My Science for Effective Multimedia Presentations. All right, 4th July, next Saturday. I mean, this Saturday we have the PMP bootcamp preview as well. Right, so look forward. Please join our Telegram. This is our Telegram site, t.me/career growth training, to keep up to date what are the upcoming events. Right, we update this Telegram every week, 1 or 2 or 3 times, depends on the frequency. Now, quick overview of our PMP bootcamp. Since the MCO started, we have already doing live on 9 p.m. the bootcamp in a month, in a kind of April, May, and June until now, right? But we will move on with both live and online and also classroom eventually. So depends on the demand, right? So we are still giving special promotion for those who join our live on 9 p.m. bootcamp. You can get to have a free face-to-face session free, right? So, and then both the live online training and also the face-to-face training are fully HRDF claimable. So there's a good news, all right? But of course, live online training, when they do have some term and condition, the limited hours of 4 hours a day. Right? We do also give reward to whoever introduced our PMP bootcamp to someone who joined and participated. You get a reward of 168 ringgit per pack. Okay, now I would like to introduce a speaker a little bit tonight, Mr. Ong Kok Leong. He very experienced, as I say, seasoned speaker, and he has been in the kind of IT business or industry for more than 20 over years, right? He helps company and organization to realize the full potential of the cloud and help service provider thrive in the emerging cloud economy. Now cloud economy is one of the big topic, right? He's educating value-added resellers and also a system integrator within the IT sector to capture the future recurring revenue stream. I mean, now everything is go on apps and go on the cloud, and this is something that very kind of hot and ongoing now. I mean, Kok Leong is a veteran in the enterprise and IT industry, and he has held key roles in various top MNC before he doing his own business now, right? He worked in Dell, Hitachi, VWware, and the Redfin, the Australia Public Company, for the past 25 years. Now, he was a proven expertise in the internet, digital, and cloud technology, HRDF certified trainer, and Kok Leong also holds a postgraduate diploma in strategic business and information technologies. He was an engineer before, as I say, in Dell, customer factory integrations. All right, so actively involved in many contributing back to the society and community. So he's a founding board member of this Cloud Security Alliance Malaysia chapter, and also a committee of the Internet Alliance Malaysia. Right, and he's recently focusing on helping a lot of SME startup and the entrepreneur adopting technology to grow their business. Now, without further ado, would like to Kok Leong to kickstart the talk tonight. Okay, Kok Leong, I'll hand over to you. Let me unshare my screen. Okay. All right, Kok Leong, you can proceed the talk now. All right, give a little bit time. Kok Leong will take over. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Moy. I'm actually setting up a very interesting setup to show together with my headphone. Okay, so a big challenge in the way of doing this live with handphone and also the PC together. Okay.
Showing the technology to everyone. Good. This.
Yeah. So Dr. May, I will move you to the backstage. Right? Okay. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Thank you for the time for tonight's sharings. Very interesting is that I believe for the MCO period, you hear a lot of sharing and probably with a lot of PowerPoint. So my tonight sharing with you is no PowerPoint, is 100% practical. Sounds good? Okay, and if you can, please leave your name and profession in the comments so that we can have better interactions in the later stage. All right, so let me try to show you the, okay, just hold on. Okay, so what is the agenda for today? First, I was sharing something is how should we starting a day. Sorry, there is a spelling mistake there. All right. And second agenda is talking about making communication easier. Third, we were talking about working as a team. Fourth side is how to do automations. And fifth is very interesting. I put a title as I am not a designer. So when come to that, you'll probably get some surprise from there. All right. So right now, let me start with how do you normally start a day? When you wake up, what do you do before? I heard some people say, oh, some say, oh, I go and brush my tooth, right? And some say, no. First thing I do is I take out my handphone, and then I will check it out my WhatsApp, social medias, and stuff, right? Now, as we know, if you want to be productive, if you start with the social media of the day, you will probably have a challenge for the whole days, all right? So especially as project manager, we need to everything on schedule, on agenda. So normally what we should do. Today, I would like to start with sharing one thing that is very interesting. Google have give you free. You know, you need to pay and you have that. All right. So let me start with bring out my handphone screen. All right. So on. Okay, I have some challenge to bring up that screen. The thing is too long. I did not connect. It disconnected. Just hold on. Stop. Okay, you should see my handphone screen. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm showing you my calendars. Okay. So first thing, normally what we do in the start of the days, we need to plan our days and times and schedule. So the best way that we go is go to the calendar. But however, most of us as a human being, we have not been so disciplined, because if you ask us to put everything in calendar, I think nobody is perfect and schedule that. So I'm going to share with you some tips and some of things that how am I is doing, right? So as you can see, this is some of my calendars. And obviously, because NCO, a lot of things we didn't do, I can't really share with you today or tomorrow what I'm doing, but I'm showing you the past of the things that I'm doing. All right. So, for example, have you ever tried to travel, like for example, Air Asia? Then you're going to put in your flight, right? So let me try to do some things to bring out my old schedule. Air Asia. Okay, so I bring up one of my flight. This is an interesting flight that I have. So obviously this is a very old schedule that I have. And in fact, this schedule is not something I key in, right? It's not something that I put in my calendar manually. If you have a look on the bottom, that is called something called confirmation numbers, view source email. So Google has very intelligently taken it from my email content and put into my calendar. So in fact, I don't need to do anything because this is automatically collect for my emails and populate into my calendar. And in fact, this particular flight is very interesting because we have flight delay. My original flight schedule is 10:25. You see the red color side. It has been rescheduled to 11:16. And when AirAsia sent me a notice on that, my calendar automatically make a change and I get notice on it. How cool is that? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do it manually because Google will take care for you. Okay. And the other things is very interesting is that you could do, let me try to show you another one. So hotel. So let me take one of the hotels that I have. This one, stay at the hotel. So this is hotel details. In fact, same things as well. I did not key in anything in my hotel. Okay, I have some emergency call. Let me try to switch. Just hold on. Hello. Hi everyone. Sorry, just now I unmute and check it out. I think I have made some mistake. I have put the agenda that is override on the screen. Therefore, you can't really see the screen right on my phone screen. By now, you should able to see the screen already. Then I will go back to repeat at least we can see the details again. Okay, sorry for the technical issue on this. Okay, let's go back to schedule. So I start from the schedule. That is what we are talking about. This is my handphone calendars, and this is some of the schedule. So just now I was talking about the AirAsia, right? I have a flight schedule that is coming in my emails, and emails automatically populate my calendars. So let me go and find my old flight schedule to share to you again. AirAsia. Okay, so right now you see the AirAsia screen, and you can notice that there is a lot of detail has been populated, but this populated is Google intelligently plug into the calendar for me. Okay, if you notice that there is a bottom that is called something called confirmation number, and then followed by view source email, that is where this information being collected. So if you click on this, you could see that this is my email content, and this is what AirAsia sent it to me, where the Google Calendar actually pick this up and populate into my calendar for me. Okay, so let me show another example. So another example is about hotel. As you can see, this is all the hotel details with the map, with the details. And again, the same thing as well. I'm not the one who key in. Google very intelligently populate my calendar for me. So it helped me in terms of a lot of productivity and all my schedule. Okay. In fact, there is a lot of more things, but some of the functions that I can't show because it's a past. For example, I have a phone bill. I believe all of you have mobile phone and have a phone bill. When you subscribe to postpaid, the phone bill normally will send to your email, and Google actually was so intelligently, it picked up my email and telling me my phone bill is due at what date and what is the amount, and remind me to doing that. Because I read that message, it will not remind me again, because it will not know whether I pay or not pay, right? If you have some of the information, let's say on attachment, it is encrypted, obviously Google will not able to read that for you, okay? We can do a lot of other things together with this, but this is a quick sharing. I would suggest that especially if you are using an Android phone, instead of using a native calendar, which authenticate with whatever you set up in the Google ID for you, okay, you should consider to download a Google Calendar app, because the Google Calendar app can collect all your ID. Let me quick show on mine. It will collect all my, my associations, my company emails, personal emails, all other email into a single screen for me. Okay, so I have a consolidated emails all in one. Those you see in a different color, these are the email come from a different source. So I have one way to have all my calendar, have a view of my entire day. So that is how we can work very effectively, not only manually key in all the calendars. Sounds good. Okay. Now I will move it on. There's some of the sections we will leave Q&A. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. We will pick it up later. If there is not enough time to address all the questions, we will address it after the sections. Okay. Which by you can actually send it into our Facebook page messengers for follow-up questions. We will post that details in a later stage. Okay. Now, secondly, on the second topics that I'll move into the second topics, which is make communication easier. So when I talk about this, is what will you think about this? You will talk about WhatsApp marketing, or we are WhatsApp messaging or other messaging. No, I still stick with, because we are talking about corporate or a working environment. So I'm talking about email, some things that we need to do day by day, right? So how I do it in this form is that I actually combine all my company emails, my personal emails all in one. Let's look at this screen. Now I have you could see there's a lot of different ID inside. different screen inside. That is because I have the company email, personal email, association emails, the school related stuff, all are combined in one. I can just switch into a different company and all I can see in one screen. Later on, I will share with you one more trick when I'm showing in the desktop. Now here in particularly, I would like to show a very interesting things is that we always have a lot of emails. And how do we do follow up? How do we do as action or add as a task? So I can do this very easily. For example, I read this first email and I saw this particular email itself. And what we do is that if you notice on the screen, there is something called add to task. Just now as a pop-up, the second last row saying add to task. So I have this, I click it on the add to task, I will make this email as part of my task so that when I refer to a particular task, I can refer back to the original email itself. Okay, in add to the task, in the later stage, you can set the reminder, you can set the due date, you can do assignment, you can even share to someone else, right? So this is how you handling in terms of the add to task functions, which I won't go very details, but I'm just showing as add to task, all right? Let me do a quick show on my tasks. So this is some of the tasks that I have added to my emails that I added to you in this. For example, let me pick this. You see the online payment gateway merchants application form. This is I do task. If I click it back, it will actually showing me the detail. I can in fact refer back to the original email that I add to task. So that makes us very productive for a day on this. Okay. So let me give about 1 minute. If there is any questions, you can post in the comment. I will take 1 or 2 minutes to answer some of the questions. I also apologize that because of the handphone screen is running on the portrait, there's no way I actually could zoom it. But in desktop screen, I understand that it will have the difficulty, but later on desktop screen, we have a method to magnify the screen that you can see clear. Sorry for the mobile screen that I can't do that, okay? Like right now, let me switch back to desktop screen. Oh, by the way, if you are using handphone, you could actually zoom it the screen itself if you're using handphone. Okay. Cool. I think everyone is clear. I don't have much question on this. So let's move on to the desktop screen questions. Demonstrations. Let me share my screen first. This is Mio. Share screen. Okay, so now we are at the desktop screen. Okay, I will start looking at my desktop screen so I will see the live situations, but I will intervals go and check in case anything happened. Okay, so I guess everyone familiar with Gmail, right? Everyone familiar with Gmail. In fact, Gmail have 2 types. One is the free one that you have, and the other one is the paid version that you have. The one you're right now seeing is the paid version. But I believe if you're using a Gmail before, you notice that there is no difference between a Gmail for a free one and a Gmail for a G Suite. The only difference is that the free one, Google will actually add collecting, I won't say collecting data. It will actually read the content for a learning purpose for AI, where G Suite, they don't do that. Obviously, Google will not expose any data you have, and nor any technical people can see any of your content, which is quite different from a hosted email. So how do you having your emails today? Okay, obviously for some corporate, what you do is that you have your own hosted in your company. That sounds good, right? You probably have Microsoft Exchange or any other email system in-house. Cool. The other type that you have is that you are subscribed to the Google G Suite emails or Office 365 emails. Okay, that's also easier because it's secure, it have everything's there. But today my topic is cover a bit broader, beside the corporate as well as the SME. Okay, so by helping the SME, one of the common problems they have is that they're using Gmail for business, which is not so good in terms of brandings, and things are limited. And some want to have their own domain. So you probably, like, for example, careergrow.com.my or abccompany.com.my. When you have this hosted email, it is very troublesome, because how do you read the hosted email? You either have Microsoft Outlook to pull the email across, or you have Thunderbirds or any other email software to pull it along, right? When you pull the software, it's in the desktop. You can't carry this email everywhere with you. Today, we talk about mobility, we talk about flexibility and easier, right? So one of the common way is that some people ask, is there a way that I can have all my email in one place? Even it's not a Google Mail, it's a hosted email. It means I go to Exabyte, big domains, I go to web servers, I go to all different IP server, all the different company hosted. I still can consolidate all my email in once. Yes, you can do that. Not only you can do that, you can send the email out as that particular domain. So let me show quick show in terms of setting, but I won't go through detail. If someone have tried it out, having difficulty, feel free to pose us the question as well. We will try to help as much as possible. Okay, so here is that if you notice the setting here, there is something called setting. Okay, when you click on the setting, you will see the see all setting. Okay, see all setting. So after you click all the see all setting, then you will come to this setting screen. Okay, and in this setting screen, you can see this account and import. Let me zoom it, because sometimes people have told me that they can't really see. Okay, so let me do a zoom. Oops. My zoom not working, but I hope you can see the account and import. Okay, the zoom just come out. So if you see this account and import, right, under the first one is general, under the setting, and then you move on to see account and import, click on this. Okay, after you click on this, after you click on this, you'll notice something called send email as. And you can notice I have many send email as here. All right, I have many send email as. Means I have configured it that I can send email on behalf of my own mail, of this Ask Alipay, of this billing. You could probably have your PO, sales, billing, all these different emails, or even from others domain, right? Showing as others domain. You can do that. How to do that is just add another emails. So I won't go through the detail of the settings, because in each of the web hosting company, their settings is different. Okay, the settings are different. Then if you look at the other one, this method is sending email, but how about retrieving? You could actually do that by using this check email from. Okay, check email from. You can do this by doing the check email from. Same thing as well. You can add an email account. Then you could see the settings to configure. Again, you get this information from your hosted company. If someone have been tried up and having difficulty, Let me post in comments. Okay, let me post in comment. m.me slash okay, this is the URL. This is the URL. If you see this, if you have any questions, you can post it. If you find any difficulty, I will try as much as possible to help you on that. Okay, cool. So this is, in this way, you actually could have a same email, same interface that retrieve all your emails in one place. Okay, and these settings, when you set in the desktop, it also carry into a handphone, which now, right, I don't want to switch to handphone, right? You could actually see all the deals from there. Okay, but that is, we have not finished in terms of communication, because this is easy for you to have one place, read your email, send an email. Let me go into the actual demonstration. So let's say I now create emails. Okay, and you can see this is from where I could actually choose. If I just now have do the setting correctly, I could actually choose which one I want to sending from. For example, I want to sending from support. Okay, and I could send it out these emails. In fact, my support email is a group email. Means when you send it to the support, the other 3 support engineer together with myself, 4 of us actually all can see this email. But when I want to reply, we don't reply as a personal. We reply as a support team, and this is how what we do. All right. So let me do some of the set emails to try out to show you. Cheslin. Okay, let me assume I'm sending an email to Cheslin right now. Let me put a title. Testing. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is that sometimes we work very late, right? All of us are very hardworking, and for some cases, we want to prepare better for tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow early in the morning, I'm going to go out somewhere. I don't have time to do all the administrative work. But I have a lot of important emails, invoice, I want to send it out. But I want to show you that I send it out in tomorrow, not today. Okay. It probably could be because of, let's say I take one example, invoice. I supposed to date my invoice as tomorrow, 1st July. But if I send you my invoice in 30th of June, but the date of 1st July a bit odd, right? So I want all the emails sent out by 1st July. Okay. How do I do that? Now, I know some of you say, oh, I'm using Outlook. Very simple. Outlook can do the schedule send. But the problem of using Outlook or some of the email software is that if your notebook or your PC not turning on, you shut it off, the email will not go out. Okay? It need to have the Outlook is running or the email software is running in order to send it out. But for this case, what I'm doing is that I can send out the email, the Google will take care for me and will send out accordingly. Even I close my notebook, even I close my everything, it will still send out accordingly. How to do that? I could tell you surprisingly, a lot of people didn't lie, because most of people, what they do is that they type in all the email and then they press the send button, correct? But what you can do is that if you notice the send button, that is the arrow down. If you click this arrow down, you could see the schedule send. Notice on the top is something called schedule send. So you could use the schedule send to send when you want to send. Let's say I want to send this by tomorrow morning. Sounds good, right? Oops, afternoon. MI is okay. Anyway, it's a test. So Cecily will receive this particular email in 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay, it will show. If I really have accidentally press it, I want to recall back, I can just do the undo. Okay, I can just do the undo. Okay, so this is how I do the sending of emails by doing schedule send. Okay, now I'm trying to do another example. Okay, same thing as well. Let's take Tesla as example, right? So this is called attachment. I'm showing on the attachment. So normally when you want to send attachment, how do you do that? Now I'll share some of the practice could be useful for you. For all my important documents, I'm actually putting in a designate page in my desktop. My desktop, anything I put in that particular folders or the structure of the folders, whole things will actually sync with my Google Drive. So why I do that is because when I do that, I could access the documents to my PC, to my notebook, to my handphone, to my iPad, to my tablet, to anywhere, as long as I have access to my Google Drive. So this is found very good. Okay. And in some case, I might have documents sent out and I need to do an update. I don't need to resend. I just need to update the document in Google Drive. So some of you, and how I do that? So typically what we do is that we go into attach file. But what I do is that I will go into using the drive. I will go into using a drive. And you notice that insert as a drive link or attachment. So if you do it as an attachment, you will still send a physical document through that email going out. It occupies your email storage space. And unless it's a specific need, for example, if I'm going to send to China, which cannot access Google, I have no choice to do that. But in typically out of China, I will just send as a drive link. Okay. So let's take example on this. Okay, where is my example? Okay, here. That is the example. Okay, let me choose the public one. Okay, let's say this is the one. I'm using the drive link and I choose this particular document and insert. Okay, so I have this file. So when Jocelyn receive, he actually see the file. When he click, it doesn't keep in the email. It actually still a link. He can receive. Now, let me do a demonstration here. If I then do it as sending, I can actually force that only Jocelyn can see this particular email, see this particular attachment. If she want to forward to someone else, she can't. So let me take example. Oops, undo. I know why. I have set the setting already. Let me redo again. Just hold on. Because previously I have changed the settings to, let me change that and just share. Okay, I've changed the backend setting. Let me do it again. So I sent to Jocelyn, and then I want to put an attachment. Oops. Okay, one. So I set as a link, and right now, let me put a title just in case. Attachment. So I do a send, and this time because I reset the setting already, it actually show me the someone I sent a file. So if I choose that share with one person view, Jocelyn could actually receive this and read this. But when she forward to someone else, she thought she can share, but actually it's not. The someone else will not have the access to receive this file. Now, this is one way. The other way is that I send this file for her and I would like her to let anyone else who receive these forwarded emails also can see the view. How do I do that? I'll just tick here, turn link sharing on. If I do that, anyone who receive this will have ability to see the content already. So let's say I don't want to do that. I just want to send to Jocelyn, and if she forward out for anyone else, nobody can read that content. Okay, how's that sound? Better? Okay, so that's how you can, one way that you can control the access of the documents that you have. Okay, let's say you send a very privacy content to someone and you could actually restrict. Even you can do it with Gmail, right? For example, I send one to someone with Gmail or Hotmails or some things. I could actually restrict the person whether he can see or he cannot see. Okay, so there is one way that you can make the communication better, yet at the same time more privacy and control. Okay, let me see. Do we have any questions? Okay, cool. We don't have much question. Let's move on. Let me check it out. Schedule. Now is 9:21. Let's move on a bit. So for this, we have finished the topic in terms of making communication easy through how to effectively using your emails. You may not require to use G Suite to do that. Although I'm using G Suite, you could use it for your normal Gmail. By the way, today, all the function I'm showing is free functions. All right, I won't cover anything as a paid function. But if someone's interested to know about G Suite for a paid functions, you can message me separately on this. Okay. Now let's move on to one thing. Have you ever worked on project and you need a document that requires to share among a few persons? Someone's have bring out a questions. Okay, I'll take some question on here. So you are concerned on the cybersecurity. For this, a very detail on it, you can send me a separate message like just now, the m.me/Coach KL. Okay, you could send me that. I can send you the white paper in very details on the security portions. In fact, Google security is very strict. It is encrypted from a user perspective to the receiver perspective, and then you have encryption through the storage perspective. It's a multi-layer of encryption. Therefore, there's no way that you can hack into the Google security. Although they are using a standard service, but their protocol, the networking are all different. So if you're interested, I send you an entire white paper. You could actually have a look on that. Okay. Okay, so let me move on the topic now. My next topics I'm going to talk about is that working as a team. So just now mentions that if we have working as a team and we want to work on particular documents, the traditional way we do is that from a person A need to wait finish, then pass to the person B, and then from a person B finish pass to a person C. If a correction way you do it, you could pass to person A. Very non-productive, right? So let me do a quick show here right now. I need to change my sharing. Just go on. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share of my entire screen so that I don't need to keep switching. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. Okay, share. Okay, yeah, I confused now, but then when I switch to some screen, it could be better. Never mind. This one, I think I don't do this. Let me open up the sharing of the documents. Okay, I open up a Google Doc. So I don't open up the how I open up a process. I believe you could find out easily. Just create a documents. I won't go through the details of how to create documents. I believe most of people shouldn't have problems on that. All right. If you really have that, please message us or leave a message. Now, assuming now I open up empty documents and I give a title. Let's say working as a team. Okay. Now I want most of the time we want to working as a team and we want to set privacy. So how we do that is that at the sharing, we actually put a specific person who can do and who cannot do. You actually restrict who can do so. But today, for the demonstration purpose and for the fun of it, I will allow everyone. All right, I will allow everyone. But please bear with your wording you use. All right. So what I'm going to do, I change the setting to anyone with the link. Okay, anyone with the link. I copy this link first, and I'm going to share in the comments. Okay, I will share in the comments. Okay, so the link is quite long, so you need to click from the comments. Okay, what you do right now is that you click on the comments and you will straight go to this document. And oh, hold on, just now I didn't change the access right. Just hold on. Just now I think I'm using view, so you can't edit yet. Let me change again. Sorry. I should change it to editor. Okay, I should change it to editor. Then let me do it again. Oops. Okay, let me type something first. Hello, I am Kok Leong. You see on the screen? Everyone can try to type something. Anyone manage to type something? Okay, I saw someone type something already. Hi. Okay, so right now, because I allow everyone, so you won't see everyone names is appear who is typing anything. Okay. If you restrict the access, that means you put particular email in, then who can be accessed? Then you will see the person name appear. Who is the one who typing the documents? So think about this. If we have a working a project and we are rushing, everyone will take care of their own portions, and 3 of us, 5 of us, 10 of us, 20 of us could actually work in the same documents. So that's helped us in terms of productivity, in terms of waiting time. And in fact, sometimes we can allow someone to make comments but not editing the content. Okay, if you look at the setting of the, let me click on the setting, change. You notice that there is something called comment. Someone only can view, someone actually can put a comment. It doesn't modify the content, but it actually can comment. So depend what access you like to give to anyone to work on the documents that you have. Okay. Yeah, open up. If you feel it's fun, you can do it. I believe you can do it yourself, because as long as you have Gmails, all these function is all free. As long as you got Google ID. Some people telling me, oh, I don't have Gmail. No problem. If you use Android phone, as long as you're using a Play Store to install, there is the Google ID inside. You can use your Hotmail as a Google ID. You can use your Yahoo become a Google ID as well. Some people will probably have their YouTube ID. The YouTube ID could be a Google ID. As long as a Google ID you can use. You can use in iPhone, iPad as well. Okay, I will leave it this open. If you find it's fun, you can just enjoy. But let's us go back to the main screen. I want to share more about it. All right. So for here, there's a lot of cool things, but today I won't cover much here. Let's move on to the next topic, automation. Okay, automations. So let's come back to this screen. Hold on, let me off this first. Where is it? Oh, okay, the comments has off. Cool. Okay, let me open up a form. So remove this. I got to stop sharing. Let me show entire screen. Oh, no, I can't show entire screen for this. Okay, I will create a, okay, let me share entire screen by look at broadcast so that you can see the screen better. Share entire screen. Okay, so you'll see my screen here, and here, let's take example is that I open, okay, let me go to a designate place so that we don't mess up from the screen. Okay, I'm going to this particular folder because I have a lot of content, so I got to go to a particular one. Okay, so I believe a lot of people might familiar with Google Form, right? Because Google Form is one way of the most easier way you could actually getting data, right? Collecting data. You use it for registrations. Some company even use it for, right now MCO, we go out, you always need to do registration, how to collect, writing a book. And some people are using Google Form. Obviously, some are using the government prepared one that you scan QR, those sort of thing. But Google Form is one of the things that we most commonly use, marking attendance and all that, all right? So right now, I'm going to show you a Google Form, but in a very different way. That is combine a Google Form and the Google Sheet plus automation. So let me create a form right now. Now, for all the project manager who have the PMP, this will be the process right now. We will mark as attendance because we don't know who is online, right? We want to mark attendance. So for all the project manager, later on when after I create a form, I will inform you and you please put in your detail. The detail we will not going to show to anyone else because we do it towards the end. We will not show the screen, but we will use that record as attendance. Okay, take note on that. Okay, so right now, let me try to create a form. Comes to more, and then I'll create a form. For here, I create a blank form. Now I'm going to do a very, very simple one. Okay, a very, very simple one. So let me say attendance. Screen doesn't refresh. Okay, never mind. I'll change here first. Attendance. Okay, so let's say I've come out with something called attendance, and here I have name, okay, and then I am putting to name is required. Okay, let's go for next one. Email, okay. So I make it as required as well, but I want to do something extra. I want to validate, make sure is the correct email is okay, it's email. Okay, and the third one is your phone number. As one more layer for verifications. And it's a number. I want the full numbers. Okay. So this is not compulsory. So I have a 3-column. I only do it as a 3-column as a name, emails, and phone numbers. Okay. To make it easy, when someone's have filled out the form, we could actually easily see it from here. But to do better, we will normally go to the Google Sheet. So right now, I'm actually creating a Google Sheet. Okay. And I click create. So Google Sheet have been created. If anyone key in inside the content, we will receive. Okay. So right now, same thing as well. We're going to do that for the testing purpose. I will show the link out. So this is the link. Let me put into the public one. So if anyone, okay, let me go back. Otherwise, it's confused on the screen. Let me try to do this. Okay, so let me take emails to do a show. Submit. Okay, I've submitted one. the Google Sheet will show, right? This is a usual one. This is a usual one, how you do a Google form to the spreadsheet and you have all the tables. Now, but in some case, we want to send some email to someone that have filled up the form. What will you do typically? All right, if someone have collected, we will go through a very troublesome and painful process that is called mail merge, if you know how to do it. So you were collecting all these emails and contact and then put into a mail merge and then you do blast out. That's it if you know how to do mail merge. It's slightly easy, but it's still troublesome. The other way of doing is you cut and paste of every single contact and send email. That's even a nightmare. If it's only a 5 and 10, no problem. But if you need to use Google Form to collect, we probably use a lot of them, right? So if you're going to do a lot, is there a way that everyone who fill out the form, automatically I send an email out? Okay, there's a way. And some of them, yeah, there is a way, but it costs money. You're going to buy an add-on to do. Okay, buy a third-party software to do. Now, today I'm sharing with you something totally free, but because it involves some of the technically, you do not require to learn programming. You don't need to learn the details. What you do is I give you a template. You just follow, cut and paste, you got the answer. Okay, you follow, cut and paste, you got the answer. Now, so what I'm going to do is that let me share into the screen again. Okay, let me share into the screen again. Sorry, let me share in the comments so that you can keep this particular link. Okay, m.me/coashkeill. Okay, this is a messages. This is will send a message to my messages. Okay, it will send a message to my messengers. What you do is you left a message. When you going in, you just type GSSE. Okay, type GSSE in the right here. Type GSSE in Facebook messengers. Okay, if you type this GSSE, stand for Google Strip Sending Email, you will have actually responded a link that you can get the template. Okay, now I'm showing how are you going to use this template right now. Okay, so right now this is a Google Sheet. All right, for the first time you do it, that require authentications. Okay, so let me do this. We will go to an area called Tools. Can you see this on the menu bar? There is something called Tools. Whereas from the left is File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, Data, and Tools. Okay, File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, Data, and Tools. After you click the Tools, you should see something called Script Editor. You see something called Script Editor. Okay, let me try to enlarge. You will see something called this Script Editor. Okay, you click on the Script Editor. Oops, let me do it again. Click on the Script Editor. I have some challenge on this because my browser have multiple login. So if you have a multiple login, sometimes it will cause problems because you will have here, like example of me, I have a multiple ID, it has some mess up. So I'm going to switch into a different browser in order to do that, to avoid some confused. Okay, let me just do this. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one. Come here, open up the same Google Sheet again. Okay, let me go back just to make sure no surprise or questions. Okay, no surprise or questions. Cool. Let's come back here. Okay, you required me to log in. My mail have set two-factor authentications, so it will require me to authenticate. Okay, promise authentication, yes. So just now someone asked me how to speak that. For my important email, I set two level of authentications. So you have password is not enough. You have one more authentication, either through the app or through the SMS. Okay, so we come back to the same screen because this one I use another browser, so it will actually prompt me for login. Okay, then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the same thing as well. We are going to have choose. Very slow in the internet. We have choose and tap the script editor again. You will prompt me to script editor. Okay. Obviously, you do not require to know how to do scripting because as just now you follow the instructions, you should have my script. Okay. Now, right now, what I'm going to do is that if you follow my instructions, you receive a link that with all this. What you're going to do is you need to select all, copy, and later on we will paste to the script side. Okay, that's all. Choose script editors. Okay, so just now I copy already. I'll replace whatever we have right here. Okay, we have the entire script itself. Here, let me put a project name. Okay, project name. Project name is career growth. Example. Of course, any name that you like, right? You have to put a name, and then I put a save. There's a save button here. Let me enlarge because you might be too small in your screen. Yeah, there is a save button. See this? Okay, I changed the title already. There's something called save, or you can use Control S as a shortcut. You just save it. Okay. Let me off it. Okay. So then you have this script is running. Now, for the first time when you do this, it do require to authenticate who are you, and you are sending email by using which email. So that's why it's going to verify you. So if I tap the run, there's arrow on the run. If I tap the run, for the very first time, it will say authentication required, review permission. So I need to log in one more time to authenticate myself so that these particular emails were used to send this automation email. So you can choose. If this is not the one you have, you can use other emails. You need to authenticate once. So assumption that I'm going to use this in particular email. Okay. And this process only once. Once you've done it, next time it will not ask again for the same spreadsheet or the same Google Sheet. It will not ask again. But if you create a new form again, you want to do the same process, it will ask it because it's a permission purpose. Okay. Now we have run once because after authenticate we run once. Then if you notice that there is a status show email sent. So this has been sent an email out to this particular email, and then it's an email sent out, right? Maybe for the purpose of showing better, I type something called status. Okay, so that is how it's sent. So every time if I need to automate this, what I'm going to do is that I go to click here and I go to click the run. Troublesome, right? You don't want to do that. You want to have someone to submit a form and automatically keep going out already. Okay, so how you're going to do this is that you need to add a trigger. Okay, let me show you where is the trigger. So if you look at this file, edit, view, run, publish, then you notice that it's something like a clock. Right? It's something called clock. This is the trigger. Right? You see the title here. It's showing trigger. So you click this, and same thing as well. For this, you only done once. You only need to do once, set up the trigger. Next time you don't need to do that already. So if you see that it's called add trigger at the bottom, you click this add trigger, and it pop up this screen. Let me move this away a bit. You pop up this screen, then you go to the bottom. That is called select event type. What we going to do this, change from on open. We were going to change to on form submit. On form submit means every time someone submit a form, it will run this. Okay, it will run this. So after I finish, I save. Again, yeah, for the first time, you ask you for authentication again. After the round 1 authentication, you will not ask you already. Okay, allow. Okay, done already. So we no need. We just off it. Okay, we just off it. We come back to here. We can see this screen. Let me move this to the very bottom so that I don't disturb. Oops, still disturb it. Okay, so now we have this script. Okay, so let me do another quick demo to show you that how it automate. Right. So let's just look at this. This is only one line, right? This is only one line. Let me submit another one more. Let me submit another one more. Okay, submit another response. Let me do a quick check in case any question pop up. Okay, no problem. So let me proceed. So let's say I key in another one. So this is coach. I'm putting my own email just to show it easier. Phone is optional, so let me leave it first. Submit. Submit another one. So then we can see the screen. Wait for it to refresh. Okay, it come out. The next second line, immediate, you will have email sent status has been shown. Because just now we add a trigger, it run automatically. Okay, it run automatically. If someone want to have a view, you could actually go back to the, let me see. This should be the form. Let me show it up. Yeah, let me show it up on the screen. So you could actually click this. Okay, you can actually click this. Fill up your cell and try it out. Fill up your cell and try it out. All right, click on this. Let me see why I can post it again, just in case you need that better. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let me post it again so that everyone can try out here. Okay, so you should have the link in the comments. You can try it out. If you type anything, you will actually submit the form and you automatically receive an email. Now, let me take another 2-3 minutes to explain on the content of the script, because you no need to learn all the script, but you might need to change the content. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is that, let's go back to this screen of, okay, let me go back to the coding screen. Where's the coding screen? This is the coding screen. So this one, what I do is a bit technical. I don't use this screen to show because I cannot show color. I use the original template to show you. Okay, so this script itself, first thing is control on the column E. What do you mean by column E? Means this column, which is the status. If you having a form with a lot of detail, let's say you go to M, you go to Z, then you got to change the setting. So the E is at the column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at the 5. So this is control of the 5. Okay, the 5 of this is the entire row, and normally the status we put as the last one. Okay, we put at the last one. So if you have a 10 column, including the status, is to change the status of this into 10. Now for this script, I ask them to process only 100 line. If you expect let me put the enlarge first. Okay. If you expect more than 100 content, you just change the bundle, change to 100,000, change to 500,000 or whatever columns that you want. Okay, so this is the process that you probably have. You could be empty, is fine, right? You can change to 100,000. Let's say you foresee only a few thousand, but you're not sure. Just change to 10,000. Make it bigger is fine. This one is to change to the maximum column you have. Okay, and then you will see the HTML message. This is where you type the message in email. So you probably want to test in the Google form and send something and see what you receive so that you get a better ideas. Now here a bit technical and a bit confused part. Okay, a bit technical and confused part. If you see this, welcome row 01. Actually, it's welcome your name, right? Name is second column, but because of programming, it starts 0 as 1. So that is a confusion part. So if you see row 1, it actually means for column 2, not 1 already, because our name is stay at the column 2. Same for the email, is at the column 3, but here we need to put the 2. Same for the mobile, is actually column 4, but we say row 3. Okay. Now how I do this is that if you notice in terms of the message, I have welcome. If you try out, you notice you will receive something called welcome, your name, your emails, your phone. Please like my Facebook page. Okay. And I have this ask for help and type GSSE to claim the script. And I give you the link as well. Okay. The BR is the coding of next line, which I put a remark here, means next line. So you actually have some interpretation here. Okay. Now this row 4 is telling you again the same thing, is column number 5, where you want to update the status called email send. Why want to do a status of email send? Because if you don't do an email send status, every time you run a script, someone is sent again, it will repeat the same email. So the same person will receive the email many times. To avoid this problem, you need to set a status. So when this script see the status is called email send, it will not send it again. Okay, it will not send it again, so that everyone will receive once. But for whatever reason you want it to send it again, you just delete the email send, it will automatically run it again. Okay, so this is brief idea. Again, same thing as well. If you have a problems, send to this message m.me/coachkl. I will help you to answer on that. Okay, let's close this. So with this, with the automation, you could be very helpful. Not only, is there any message? Okay, no message. It could be very helpful for you. Is that you have a form, you collect something, you want to have automated email going out. Okay. Now, if any question, is there any questions? We probably allow about 2 minutes to ask for any questions here. Is there any question on automations before I move on to the next one and start allow all the project managers to do their attendance to claim the 2 PDU? Before I do that, right? The claim 2 PDU, we do it last, I don't expose any data on here. Okay, let me back to the screen share. Yeah, the screen share is a bit confused. Let me remove the screen share first. Any questions? You would like to post any question on this particular part? No? Sounds cool? Great. Okay, if you think of any questions, feel free to add in, all right? Feel free to add in the comments. We will pick up in the later stage and show, okay? And show. Okay, let's move on to the last part of today. Let me, okay, before I move on to the last part of the day, I would like to require all the manager to use the Google form link to submit your attendance as marked for the PDU payment. Okay, please do that. using a form. Right now, I'm off the Google form and the spreadsheet so that no one else will see the content anymore. Okay. Okay, let me do this extra step. I got to add Jocelyn in as a editor so that she can get your attendance here. Okay, done. So I close this. Close the form. Close this form too. Okay. We don't like this. I off it already. Let me go to let me get the things up. Okay, the next one we are talking about not a designer. So sometimes even we are technical or you are doing some things, we need some design. Okay. How do you go to design? I know one of the common ways is people go look for free tools called Canvas or any other things, but a lot of free tools have watermark. It doesn't sound good or for your corporate or for your company purpose. So today I'm sharing a simple way that you can do something design and work out that could be useful for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Google slide, which is equivalent to the Office PowerPoint. Now let me create a blank one, then I'll do a screen share. Okay, we have our screen share now. So this is a typical slide that you have. Before I start, I know one of the common questions is that, oh, people find it good and can I open up using a PowerPoint? Actually, you can. If you put your PowerPoint into the Google Drive, and then what you do is that you open up the Google Drive and say open with Google Slide, you can actually open it up. Or the other way around is that you can use this to import a slide or open a particular PowerPoint. You could actually open it up as a Google slide. Okay. You actually can modify and save that as a PowerPoint, not a problem at all. Or you can actually use the download functions to save the format that you need, a PowerPoint or even a PDF or even a JPG, PNG or all type of format. Now today I will show a very simple in terms of design. Let me change this screen to blank screen. So I'm going to apply the layout with blank because when you do design, you don't want the box unless you want to use it for any other purpose. Now, when we have this, you might need to do in a specific format, okay, into a very, very specific format. So right now I'm using a Facebook event because sometimes we do event, right? A Facebook event covered as a size. And I know that the size that I require with a specific size, not the standard slide size. So what I do is that I go to the file and I scroll it down, go to the page setup. And from widescreen setting, I do change to custom. We don't use inch because it's digital, we use pixel. Okay, so we use pixels, and for Facebook event cover page, I require a size of 1200 times 628. Obviously, you can use others. Like for example, half HD is 1280 times 720. A full HD is 1920 times 1080. Depends what size you want. I'm just taking this example. So let's take this size. This is the size that typically for a Facebook event picture. Okay. Now I need to add a picture here. Example, I can actually upload the picture from my desktop, or I can even search from the website. Assuming now I take from a website first. Okay, you can do upload, but I will use search for website, for example. Let's say we got Penang. Since most of us are from Penang. Let's see what picture we have. Okay, let's do this. This looks cool. Insert. We have the photo is set already. Now, maybe this photo is saying that the side doesn't follow the proportional. I need to do some cleanup, and probably I do not want the side frame, right? So what I do is that I use the crop functions, and I will crop this screen to don't want the frame from outside first. Okay, let's do this. So there's no frame from outside. Okay, then things I want to adjust into the center, and I want to make it full screen. And the screen is too big, right? I can't really see the bottom when it projections. If you notice this, see the bottom has to truncate, which I don't want to truncate the bottom. I want to truncate from I want to crop from the top part. So what I do is that I'll just do this and do crop from the top. Let's say I crop here. Okay, looks okay. Let me move and see. Okay, sounds good. Looks good as well. Perfectly. Now I have a photo with a perfect size that I want. All right, that you can notice from here. Now, to do some of the effect purpose, I just show one or two. Right, I want to make this a bit transparent and blurred because I want to use it as a background. So what I do is that I right click and then I go to the format option, format options, and I will pop up this format option and it show me adjustment. So what I do is that I click on adjustment, I see the transparent, I move the transparent. So maybe I move around, depend whichever you like. Let's say I like to have 39. Okay, so I have this a bit transparent. So it become a background. Then I want to add some things in terms of wording. So let me do this. Welcome to career growth. I think I don't need to explain in terms of texting, font, everyone we're familiar with. So let me just do a quick one on this. 60, oh, okay. 60 looks too big. 48, no. Okay, and I want this to the alignment, center, and color I want to be red. And I want to make sure this is exactly centered. So I go and center this. To a centered manner come out. Obviously, you want to add any text, you can do that. Okay. But sometimes you want to do a project, you want to show a team member, or you're doing an event, you want to show that the speaker. And if you put in a photo, the photo are all square. Okay, are all square. So what we do is that let me do this. Okay, I upload my own photo as an example. So where is my photo? Okay, this is my own photo. So let me add a photo of myself, all right? But because it's very square or whatever reason you don't like it, you want it to be different shape. Okay, let's say I want it to be a different shape. So what I do is that if you notice this, a crop image, let me enlarge in case you can't see. Okay, you see the crop image? Okay, in the menu bar, there's a lot of icons, there's something like this. Okay, if you click on this, it's called crop the image. But right now we use the side function, it's called mask the image. So here you can click on it, then you can choose the shape, what shape you want. Okay, obviously the typical one we will choose shape and want to round shape. So just check on the original, it's a square right now. And if I choose the shape of round, it become a round. See, it become a round shape. So you don't need to do very difficult. If I don't want this, I want to change to a different shape. Let's say I want to be a triangle shape. I get a triangle shape right now. So you can choose any shape that you like, way that you like, just to fit it easily. Okay, just to fit it easily. I want to do a love shape. So it could be a love shape as well. Okay, so this is one way that you can put a photo or any pictures and change the shape that you like. Okay, now it's a bit odd. Let me change back to the round shape. I think it's more appropriate. Yeah, change to a round shape. Okay. So here is in terms of design, it's very simple of the design that I'm showing. Okay. Oh, I see some comments. Hold on. The form need permission. Am I? Let me see. View the form. Let me confirm that for you. Okay. The form need permissions to access. I cannot open. Okay. Let me fix the form quickly. Just hold on a minute. That's a good thing, a bad thing about using the Google Sheet. Google G Suite is that if you use Google G Sheet, it's very highly secure. If you don't particular setting, it will actually remain the setting inside the company only. No one else outside can access. So it's because my one is a G Suite paid account, so it will actually show the control, just so on. Oops, not this. Sorry, I forgot to set, which is right now I have reset the form. I reset the form. Let me do a quick test first to confirm that. Okay. Now everyone can try again. It should be accessed. Let me know again just in case. Okay, I have removed the restrictions that only my company people can access. So right now you should have the ability to access the form. Anyone else also can access the form. If you still have a problem, please let me see if any questions has been brought up. Yeah, no questions has been brought up. Cool. Okay, since we have a bit of time, let me share one more extra since we are at Google Slide. All right, one of the common thing we do is that sometimes we do presentation, and we want to do presentation, we want to ask questions, right? I want to have people ask questions. So let us have some fun before we end. All right, so assuming now I'm presenting this slide, okay, assuming now I'm presenting this slide, let me change the title. Looks better. Career growth 2006 indicate for today date. Okay, so this particular slide today I'm doing a sharing. Okay, so let me do present. Okay, I have the screen on the presentation screen. Okay, commonly when I'm a presenter, I present the screen, you don't see the presenter screen. And now today, for demonstration purpose, you actually see my presenter screen. Your audience don't see that screen. They only see the slide itself, okay? Just to keep very in mind on that. So there's one of the very cool functions called Q&A at the bottom. Q&A, okay? So let's click on the Q&A. Let me confirm this. You might not see the pop-up. Yeah, you might not see the pop-up. Okay, let me change to a full screen so that you can see my screen exactly, okay? Let's do a remove, stop the screen share. Add the screen share again. And I want to screen share the full. Okay, now should you see my screen ready? So from here, okay, let me off this and I do it again. This one no need already. Okay, here. So we have, you see the screen that's called Q&A. Okay, right now what we do is that we will click this Q&A. Let me confirm you can see what my screen. Oh yeah, I can see now. So this is the Q&A screen, and there is something called Start New. Okay, I click on the Start New, and I have the URL here. Now, if you are running G Suite, don't make the mistake like just now. So I just a precautions. I want to get the question answered from anyone, not only my company. So I change to anyone first, just to avoid the problem again. And this is the URL. So for the fun of having this, let me copy the link so that everyone can have the fun. Oops. Okay. Now you will see a URL. So normally when we do a presentation slide, I'll suggest that you open up this before even you start the section. Not like right now, because now I'm going to do a demonstrate to you. So you should restart your slide and then come out this screen, have this link, post to your audience as early as possible so that they will see that this particular URL here. Okay. And what we're going to do is that you got to, oops, let me, yeah, on. So what you're going to do is that you actually can post your question here. Oh, now let me switch the screen to the proper. Okay, you could actually post your questions. The questions will not show to your audience. It's showing to you, and only you to decide what questions you have. Okay, maybe for the interactive learning purpose, can you use the link of the slides.app.go.gl/fvsdw and try to post some question and see. Okay, maybe Jaslyn, you help me to post some questions as a start off. Is anyone click? Is there any problem on posting questions? Try to post some question and see. Use this link and try to post some questions. Or maybe I try it myself. I just post some question myself. Then at least I can show you faster. Oh, someone has posted questions. Okay, then I don't need to post. Let's go back to that screen. Something is wrong. The screen not refresh. Test to post questions. Okay. Something's wrong. My screen doesn't refresh properly. Okay, let me off and on again, just in case. Okay, the question pop up. So as a speaker, you will see this screen. Okay, as a speaker, you will see this screen. Okay, your attendees will see the background screen. So let's say I like this question. I like these Dr. Mui questions. I want these questions to be pop up before I go and explain or sharing. So I can press the present, and you notice that the screen will change to the questions that Dr. Mui have asked. Then I can talk through, because sometimes through verbal, people not clear that who asked the questions, what question is it. Okay, for example, how to access the career growth telegram. So I answer, oh, you go to t.me/career growth training. you can go to the channel and see the latest news of career growth. Okay, so in this way you can have it. Then I go to the next question. Let's say the next question is let me choose Mr. Heng, right? How are you? So you will bring up the question of how are you. Okay, is there any more interesting? How to stay connect? I like this question. I say how to stay connect. So you can bring out the questions easily through this, and this is built-in function. Again, is free. Okay, I leave these questions method to be online so that you can try and have a fun on it. Although you may not see all the slide on the screen, but you can just try it out. Okay, so I leave it here. So for now, I finish on the presentation on the extra about the Google slide. We probably do. I would like to everyone's that if any questions, not only on this topic, on the previous topic, put down all your questions into the. Okay, let me switch back to the slide. Sorry, yeah. Let me switch back to this. Remove. Stop sharing. Okay. Okay, we have Dr. Moon come back.
Yeah, good. So I think we are now open for question and answer. First of all, thank you, Gok Leong from Internet Alliance, to share with us a few tips tonight from the starting the day with the handphone calendar, and then we'll go into the scheduling. I mean, make the communication easier, and how to work with the team and automate the process of the contacts, right? And then you can design your own so-called slides. And just now we share another one on the slides, kind of a question that you can pose. All right. So I hope all of you have learned some techniques tonight from Gok Leong. You can ask question. You can ask question if there's any. You can post in the live comments there, and then we'll pick it up and answer to you one by one now. Let's take the next maybe 10 minutes to this Q&A. Any question from the floor?
May I suggest this? Okay. Just now we started. Dr. May have introduction already, so we don't need to do introduction.
I done some intro, but I can continue a little bit more later if it's time allowed. If it's time allowed, First of all, I was sorry for some hiccups tonight, especially at the beginning. So I think, and Gok Leong is very focused on your presentation and forgotten to the audience respond about can't see your mobile phone screen, and the mobile phone screen actually a bit small. I think it's displayed in a vertical format. It's a bit difficult to see. But those have zoom features in the computer, maybe, or on the handphone, maybe still can see that. All right. Okay. So internet things are sometimes if we sometimes have some unpredictable interruption, okay, or unplanned things, you may hang here and there, especially when the network is not consistent. They have this kind of disturb. All right. Okay. Even just to tell all of you, just before we start the talk, we have Gok Leong's computer have a reboot. Okay. So, but luckily in time to kickstart the talk now. Any question from anyone? It seems like everyone is. Seems like everyone not much question. Anyone have any specific question to ask? Okay. Because under this
I
screen,
actually post my. Actually, I post my link again. Any questions, you actually could leave into the Facebook, my Facebook messages. Then I will respond accordingly. At the same time, I would like to invite everyone to go to this link and subscribe so that if there is any latest update of trends or informations or news you would like to receive, you could actually receive from there. This is a Telegram channel. You can't talk, you only can receive. So don't worry about people spamming you. Okay, you can receive all the news that you have. Okay, so let me maybe bring out on the screen so that you can see clearly. Yes, this is the one. PDU.me/career growth training. You will see all the latest updates on career growth.
Yeah.
If you have would like to know more upcoming seminars or upcoming trainings or any news on that.
Correct. Okay.
Same thing as well. If you have any questions, you can post to this m.me/coachkl. I know some people don't know how to pronounce it. My name is Scott Leong. The short form is KL. So this name is called KL. So it's the same. If you don't know how to pronounce, just say KL will do. KL from Penang. I'm from Penang, not from KL. Although my initial is Scott Leong KL. Okay, so I think there is no much questions. If there is, you can leave it here. We can have a more detailed discussion. Since you all have my messages, you can easily get hold of me. I pass over to Dr. Moon. You want to say some words before we end for today? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think once again, I thank you, Kok Leong, for come forward to do the good sharing tonight. And I hope all of you have learned something on how to use these free Google tools to maybe at least pick up one of them that can benefit your work or even life, right? And then I also thank you everyone joining tonight's sessions. We're going to have more different type of talks or sharing session in July or even August month or September month. We continue to have that also. If any of you want to share something, we're also welcome, all right? Something that can benefit everyone in the work environment. You are also welcome to come forward to connect with me or to connect with Charlene, then we can discuss about the sharing sessions. All right. Once again, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I hope to see all of you again in the upcoming talks or seminars that we are organizing. All right. Good night to everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I saw questions. I probably try to answer because someone may not be very clear how is the questions. Okay, it says that information how to get the template that you just showed, right? So very simple. First thing is that you go to the. Okay, let me put this up again. Where is the?
You see, this is hi, Mr. Ong. I'm Nay here. Interested in automation. How to get your template for the automations? Let's just show us. Okay, he want to have the
okay. So you see this link. This link actually bring you directly to my messages. When you go to my messages, what you do is that inside the messages you type GSSE. I've made some automation there already. So when you type the GSSE, it actually automatically responds to you about the link. Okay. So let me hold on. Let me bring this up. So you just need to type GS. Oops, there is no right. Let me off this first. Okay, for some reason it doesn't pop up.
I think it's okay, huh? It's no problem. I think most of them are already leaving already. Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually type the GSSC or automatic sent to you. If not, after the section that I run through, I see any left message, I will respond to you accordingly. Okay. And have a good night and enjoy the learning. Hope to see every one of you for the next round. If you have any or things that you would like to learn more, feel free to let Career Growth know. I'm sure Dr. Moy and Miss Jaslyn will try to arrange the best for you. Okay.
Definitely.
Good night.
Definitely. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.